I've never made a build for Warframe on YouTube before, and I figured why not give it a try with the newest Warframe Follie. She's really cool. She has a lot to unpack with the second ability. And I have two builds. One that I really enjoy is a shock trap build. It's pretty popular. The build that I have is pretty much the same build that everybody else is going to have. And I have a general steel path build for anybody that doesn't want to run a helmet. And yeah, let's get into that. Okay, so we're going to go over her abilities. Her passive, it's ink blot. If you use your abilities near enemies, it inks them and it slows them for 50% of their movement speed for 3 seconds. And if you kill them, there's a 20% chance to drop a health and an energy orb, which is really good. Slap equilibrium on there and it works pretty well. Forced perspective, it's pretty much just a teleport, but it's more than that. It's invulnerability. You ink enemies around you. You still recharge your shield, which is really nice while you're in it. And I think you're invulnerable for about 3 seconds. Yeah, 3 seconds. I think it's 3 seconds. The second ability, oh man, there's a lot to unpack. You have a scroll wheel of things that you can summon into the world, basically. And some of them have cooldowns, some of them don't. The really big ones that people are focusing around right now is the explosive barrel, the shock trap, the RPG, and a couple other ones. Like they have that little thing you can get that'll give you a buff. I don't remember the name of it. I'm gonna have a video on. Hopefully I can see the name of it there. But yeah, there's a lot to unpack with that. Then we have self-portrait. You throw down basically a clone of yourself, and it has an AoE ring around you. And it gives you, at base, 10% damage reduction, and it inks enemies. And if you kill enemies, it ramps it up. I think it goes off your ability strength. And it'll get to 90% damage reduction, I think. And the Follie that's in the middle of the ink actually will grow with the percentage that you got. And the fourth ability is Plain Air. It reminds me of Pennywise from It. You string enemies up on balloons, and if I'm not mistaken, it armor strips. And if you shoot the balloons, it explodes the balloons, and it hits all the enemies around them. And scaling off your ability strength, I think, when they fall to the ground, they'll take X amount of damage. And it's kind of niche. I like it, but when I'm playing the build that I enjoy the most, which is the shock trap build, I usually subsume that off. I've been going back and forth between subsuming off Plain Air and forced perspective, but that's really just up to you. I don't recommend getting rid of either Shadowgraph or self-portrait, especially Shadowgraph. Nobody's gonna... You're crazy if you get rid of that. But that's the basic abilities. Let me show you some gameplay. This is me just realizing that I have to show you the build first before I show you gameplay. So let me show you the build. I'm going to show you the basic Steel Path version that I have. I have Arcane Impetus for increased ability strength for every unique status effect you give. You throw down so many different things with your 2. This is going to give you a lot to work with. And then Molt Augmented, you know, it's a workhorse. Everybody runs it. Sure-footed, you don't have to put it in there. I had extra space, and I messed up my Forma-ing. I don't know if that's the phrase for it. So I just put that up there, and I was like, I'll just throw it in. Growing power to help your ability strength go up. Adaptation for survivability. Continuity. Duration is great. Stretch, great. Prime flow, it could be regular flow if you're just starting Star Trek. My equilibrium isn't maxed out. You don't really need it to be. Blind Rage for ability strength, Intensify for ability strength, and Overextended for range. This is going to be great. It's not going to be the best one you can find. It's not going to be the worst one you can find, that's for sure. This is just, if you want to start out, get your feet in. This is Follie at the base that I can think of. Again, there's other YouTubers that are going to be putting out better builds. So, let me show you the build that I enjoy. I have to form this one more time, so don't judge me for that. Again, Impetus and Molt Augment. I put Roar over their 4 because when you use Shadowgraph to get the electric mines, ability strength doesn't work on the summons, but Roar is faction damage, so it will be additive to the shock trap, and that's one of the only ways to really get increased damage off of it, because the shock traps don't go off of ability strength, they go off of enemy level. Yeah, they go off of enemy level, so you can take it to level cap from level 1 and it'll be doing pretty good. I have Umbral Intensify for strength, Prime Continuity, Transient Fortitude, Archon Stretch, because again I'm using the shock traps, and this just, you get a lot of energy. Flow, Blind Rage, Equilibrium, and Adaptation. You might not need this because I run Shade and I stay invisible just to stay alive. I'm not running anything that increases my damage while I'm invisible. It's just the way I like to play. If I'm playing an ability-based frame, I usually like to stay invisible if I'm relatively squishy. I haven't tested her defenses yet, but that's just what I did. It's like 3 days in, so I just threw it on there. And yeah, let me give you guys some gameplay of the abilities. Okay, I'm in the training room. Let's go ahead and show you some abilities. The first ability, you just teleport through and you ink them. Again, if you look at the top right, you'll see that I'm invulnerable. And it's pretty far of a distance that you can teleport. It's pretty fun. Alright, so I'm going to show you the 3. You throw it down. Portrait of yourself comes out. Kind of small, but if you get killed, it is going to grow. And if you look at the top right, you'll see the damage reduction that I'm getting. And look, it's already growing. Just get rid of the rest of them. Can't even see anything, it's too many numbers. Alright. And with the 20 enemies I got, she got pretty big. That's like pretty tall. Alright, so her 4th ability, Plain Air. You just put them in the sky, I guess. And then you shoot the balloons and it blows up the balloons around them. And see if he falls and takes damage. See how much damage he takes when he hits the ground. Okay, not the most, but I don't think I have the highest ability strength on the basic skill pass builds. Okay, so if I try to do an in-depth explanation of all 14 things that she can do with her 2, this video might be very long, and I don't exactly have a lot of confidence in myself making a very long video. So I'm going to go over probably 4 of the main ones that everybody's using, like the barrel. It's great. They have clips of people with no mods on their Follie throwing these down and just wiping level 200 enemies. Her second ability is my favorite, and it's probably the one that you're going to see a lot of on YouTube. It's the shock trap. You can put down 3. They go off ability duration. They do not go off ability strength. They go off of enemy level. So it doesn't matter what level they are. They're going to take a set amount of damage, if I'm not mistaken. Let me show you something that will affect it, and that would be Roar. I have Roar over my 4. That rhymes a little bit. Ah, shit, they're still dying. I might actually just keep that in. Alright, give me a second. Alright, let's try this again. I know what I'm doing. Alright. So, I'm gonna cast Roar. You can see it does more damage. Doesn't zap any quicker or anything like that, but it does do damage. It's faction damage, so it's double dipping into it. So, that is the 2. That's probably gonna be the more popular way to play it. And the next big one that people are really enjoying right now is the RPG. Throw it out, pick it up, and all it is, you shoot it. People thought this was going to be a lot better than what it is. It's good, don't get me wrong, it's doing great numbers, but it's just not as good as all the other things I'm showing you. You can throw the barrel down that doesn't have a cooldown, just shoot it and everything's gone. You can throw the mines down that, again, you can have 3, no cooldown, and they do great damage. And there's 2 more that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to put pre-recorded footage over that part. It is the shrine you can throw down to get buffs. They have 200% affinity. You get free ability cast, I think, and there's one that does like red crits for pistols. There's all kind of stuff. And what's the other one? Oh, it's like an ice trap. You put it down and it freezes enemies around you. That's a really good one. Also, they have a defense decoy. It looks like a defense that you have to protect. You can throw it down. The enemies will go to it. You could also summon a child. You can summon one of the children from the Zariman, little glowy guys. And if there's nothing on the map for them to lead you to, they just kind of wave you off, but they can lead you to stuff. You can drop 3 amphors, but it has a cooldown. Not the best, but I guess you can use it in a pinch. They do damage. You can kill things with them. What's next? You can drop the battery pack for the excavator. You can drop a air canister in survival missions. And there's like an octane jump pad, which is kind of useless, but whatever. I mean, there's worse things, I guess. You can summon a key for the disruption missions. I think it's a random key. It's also on a timer. And if there's anything that I'm missing, I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna try also to put little videos of them in the description in the beginning, just to throw it in there, keep you guys entertained, I guess. And yeah, that's my Foley guide. I'm gonna do a mission with the shock trap build, but other than that, if you liked the video, leave it a like. If you hate the way I sound and I don't talk quick enough and I'm slurring my words and I'm nervous, I don't do this, it's just a hobby, but every single comment is helpful. My dog just got off the sofa, so if you hear clicking, I'm sorry. And now she's drinking. Wow, what a great YouTuber. But yeah, any comment helps. Just let me know what you guys want to see, if you want to see me at all. And yeah, you guys have a nice day.